Most of you know my story if you've been around me for any length of time, and you know that when I was a kid, I wanted to be the best safety in the world, right? So I trained for 20 years to be that, and eventually was. And I was drafted in 1984, and I'll never forget my first game in the NFL, and we were playing a great team, and a bunch of all-pros on the other side, and there I was at free safety. My dream had come true. And I remember looking across the line of scrimmage at this team we were playing, and it's a team of veterans and Super Bowl champions that I had looked up to, you know, pretty much my whole life. And as I'm looking over there, the ball is snapped and they give it to their running back, and the running back's running to my right, to his left, over toward our sidelines. And as I'm running over there to tackle him, like my whole 20 years of training to be the best safety passes before my eyes, kind of in slow motion. And as I'm running over there, I think about all those years of training to make myself the fastest and the most vicious and the best free safety. And as I'm running over there, I'm just looking at the running back going, oh man, this is it. This is it. My dream is coming true. All my training has come to fruition. All of those early mornings, all of those proms skipped is coming to reality right now, right here, as I'm bearing down on this running back. And as the running back gets closer and closer to the sidelines, I speed up. And I'm right as I'm about to hit him and make this whole 20 years come to a crescendo, the running back steps out of bounds. So what do you think I did? That's right. If you know me well enough, you know that I hit him out of bounds, which is illegal, apparently. And so I hit him anyway, and he and I both tumble underneath the Gatorade bucket, right? And all I see is a big yellow handkerchief come flying at me as I stand up, right? And that handkerchief is meant for me. I'm going to be penalized. And the referee goes, rookie, you can't hit a man who's out of bounds. And I said to him, and I don't think this ref ever heard this conversation, and mind you, this conversation happened in about 30 seconds because that's all we had to get back to the huddle and start the new play. I said to the referee, wait a second. Are you going to penalize me? And he said, yes, you can't do what you just did. You hit a man who was out of bounds. You can't do that. I said, so wait a second. This is my first play in the NFL. So what you're telling me is you're going to punish somebody who's playing the game with the intent in which this game was created for in the first place, which is to play with the full spirit of what football was created to be, meaning running fast and tackling hard and combatants measuring themselves against one another. So you're telling me, Mr. Referee, that you're going to punish that and you're going to reward cowardice? Now, this referee looked at me like I was crazy. He never heard this conversation before, but that was many years ago, obviously 30, 35 years ago that happened. But think about our world. Think about how if you're playing with a full spirit of the game in which it was intended to play, shouldn't that be rewarded? And shouldn't cowardice be at least frowned upon, if not penalized? But the opposite is actually true as we've evolved through time. Here's my question to you. Where are you stepping out of bounds? Think about that in your business life, maybe in your home life, maybe it's parenting, maybe it's with your significant other, your wife, your husband. Where are you stepping out of bounds and taking the cowardice way out? You may be being rewarded for that in this day and age, right? You may be frowned upon if you give all that you got with the true spirit in which marriages were invented for in the first place, or parenting, or business, or athletics. I want you to answer that question because we're all guilty of it someplace. And out of bounds is really safe. And I don't want you playing it safe. I would rather you be frowned upon a little bit and play this game of life with the true spirit in which it was intended, in which we were given this life. Think about that. Post down below. I want to know, where are you stepping out of bounds? And I don't want you stepping out of bounds anymore. Because the guy who plays with the true spirit of the game, you know, they don't step out of bounds. They take on the tackler. They measure themselves against another combatant. And that's the true state of competition. So take a look at that. Put it down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts, because once you start to understand where you're doing it, where you're stepping out of bounds, then you can right that ship like all of us have to do. All right, get out there, give it a try. Here's what I want you to do next. I want you to go over to boeason.com and I want you to download my free storytelling guide. And in there are all kinds of exercises to get you up on your feet, start developing and telling your story. You're also going to be the first to find out when a new video comes out, because the hardest thing about being the best and continuing to be the best is you have to be reminded of what is current. So you're going to be the first to know. We're going to keep you accountable. Go over to boeason.com. Continue to be the best.